So we're going to be doing a brief overview of how to refurbish the hardware of a computer. Specifically in this video, we will be using a Dell Optiplex 780. The first thing we want to do with any computer is remove some of the stickers, but there are some that we want to keep. So some of those stickers that we want to keep are the Windows Certificate of Authenticity, or the COA stickers. These stickers have the product key on them, and we want to leave those on there. Other stickers we want to keep are stickers from the computer manufacturer. So most Dell computers will have a sticker with a service tag and an express service code. We're going to leave those on there. Other stickers we want to leave are stickers that talk about the insides of the computer. So things like this Intel sticker is going to stay. Some of the stickers on the bottom that have to do with product information, that's going to stay on there. The stickers that we want to remove are stickers that have come from the previous computer owner. So on this one, we have this sticker here. This one's going to be coming off. Other stickers you might notice will say property of something. We want to remove all of those stickers. So if a sticker looks like it was put on by the previous computer owner, that's going to come off. So once we've got the proper stickers removed, we're ready to get into the inside to dust this out. So usually with a can of compressed air or a blower, we can start dusting out all parts of this, all in the nooks and crannies. We also want to make sure we're getting underneath different components. So things like this hard drive cradle, the optical drive, we want to dust out under there. Some of the really important spots to dust are going to be spots that air flows over. So we want to dust into this heat sink, into the CPU heat sink here, both from the back and the front. We want to dust through there. Some other spots would be in the power supply. There's a fan right here on the power supply. We want to dust in there and through the back of the power supply as well. So after we've dusted, we're going to move on to actually refurbishing the hardware in this computer. One of the first things we want to look for is if the computer came with a hard drive. If it was donated with a hard drive in it, we're going to want to remove that and set it aside because it will need to be wiped. And we're going to want to replace the hard drive with one that has already been wiped. After that, a couple of the other things we're going to check for. If the computer has a slot for an optical drive, we want to make sure that there is one installed here. This one does have an optical drive. And we also want to check the RAM. So for this computer, we do have to remove the optical drive to get to the RAM. We are standardizing these computers to 4 gigabytes of RAM. This one here, as we can see, only has 2 gigabytes. So we will need to add another stick into this computer. If you're adding 2 sticks of RAM to a computer, you want to make sure they're in alternating slots. So you'll want them in slots 1 and 3 or 2 and 4. Some of the other things we want to check for in here are going to be the CMOS battery. So this is right underneath the hard drive tray. We want to make sure every computer does have a CMOS battery because it won't boot without it. We also want to check to make sure that all the cables are properly plugged in. So things like fans, this hard drive tray does have a fan on it and it is plugged right into the hard drive. The CPU fan is plugged in over into the motherboard over here, as well as a little speaker plug. And we also want to check more essential cables. We want to make sure we have 2 SATA cables, one for the hard drive and one for the optical drive, as well as power for both the hard drive and the optical drive. There are also other power cables, such as the CPU power cable up in the top left here, as well as the 24 pin into the motherboard. We want to make sure all the cables are properly seated, so that way everything's getting power.